Hi Wargaming fans, this is Mark from the Vanguards of Gaming, and today I'll be doing a how to make your own terrain video. This is a terrain piece that I like to call the Spiky Hut, and I use it for Warhammer Fantasy. To complete this project, the materials you'll need are an empty margarine container, toothpicks, wood glue, sand, and spray paint. The first step in making the Spiky Hut is to clean out the margarine container. Make sure that there's no excess butter or anything left over. You don't want the paint not sticking because that stuff's still there. After you clean out the margarine container, you're going to cut a door. I like to use a pencil or a pen to mark out what the door is going to look like beforehand, and also it's good to put a figure of yours next to the hut to make sure it looks proportionally correct. After you cut the door, the next step is to create the spikes on the top of the hut. You punch a hole in the top of the margarine container and then slide the toothpick in. The hole should be small enough so that the toothpick fits snugly into the top of the margarine container. I do this several different times, and I also like to punch the holes at different angles so that all the spikes are not facing uniformly. Once you've put all the toothpicks in the margarine container, it should look something like this. The next step, you're going to need your wood glue. You take your wood glue out and also your sand. What you're going to do is you coat the entire outside of the margarine container with wood glue, and then you lightly sprinkle sand over the entire project. The sand should stick to the glue and create a textured look like this. Make sure you do this process several times over because you're going to miss some spots the first time you do it. After you let the sand dry, which should be maybe 24 hours, the next step is to spray paint the project. Pick out whatever color paint you'd like and make sure that you have plenty area to spray paint, and then you just spray paint the project. Because I run a fantasy dark elf army, I like to go with black dark colors. I also chose a textured spray paint in my project to add extra texture in addition to the sand. When you're done spray painting, it should look something like this. After letting the spray paint dry, you can always touch up missed spots on the hut with any extra paint that you have. Covering up these spots will make the rest look uniform. If there's any pieces where the sand didn't stick, you can also make it look like a hole in the hut itself, which will also look natural. I chose for my hut to use some of my extra bits for my dark elf thing, so here I have the entrance with the two skulls on the side and the dagger over. At this point, you should have a complete Spiky Hut. Please subscribe if you like this video. Respond with pictures and videos of your own Spiky Hut project because I'd really like to see those. And this is Mark from the Vanguards of Gaming.